All right, you guys, what is happening? I apologize when I do these Zooms that you guys see me for like 10 seconds doing nothing. I am waiting for Zoom to let me know that we are good to go and we are live streaming on Facebook. Today, we're going to cover a super important topic. Many of you guys are following some of the videos that I've done, maybe some of the guides in the group, or you follow us on the YouTube channel, which if you don't, you should. Anyways, what we're going to cover today, though, is if you guys are making changes to your website on a regular basis or even on a one-off basis, right? Let's say that you have changed your meta descriptions, you've added some new keywords, you've changed some content around, you've swapped some photos, maybe you've changed the complete site structure of your website. When you do that, it can take Google sometimes days, weeks, months. Even sometimes Google doesn't index websites for a really long time. And what it means when we talk about indexing is Google has to look at your website and understand the site structure. It's almost like looking at a map, right? So Google looks at your website and it views it as like a map. And it has to understand how that map works so that it can show what it needs to show when people are looking for something. Obviously, I can get into some really technical stuff here, but basically what you need to know is that if something changes on your website, it should be indexed so that anybody that goes to your website will get the newest, freshest content that your site is serving, right? There's some other things that we could talk about, like caching and things like that, but indexing is really one of the most important things as far as your site showing up in search results, right? So if you make any changes to your website, if you do this on a regular basis or whatever, I'm going to share my screen, if I can remember how, in this weird Zoom thing. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you guys how to actually request Google to index your website and to get it done very quickly. Yesterday, I made a change on my website, the FFL Funnels website. I think I changed the meta description, right? So it was something that I wanted to show up immediately. And I didn't want to have to wait weeks or months for that meta description to start showing up in Google results. So what I did was I actually went in and I did what I'm going to show you guys right now. And it actually was crawled yesterday. It is completely up to date, which is really cool. When you do this, sometimes it can still take a couple days, but those couple days are still going to be much better than weeks or even months to fix some of this stuff. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to go into my Zoom and I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully it will share the screen with me and we'll have you guys follow along. So we're going to start from the very basics, right? We're going to start right here at Google. And you're going to type this in, Google Search Console, okay? So when you type in Google Search Console, you might have to log in or whatever. If you've never been on this, this is a very important tool for SEO. I've done other videos on it. But basically what you want to do is, first of all, put your website on Google Search Console. You should have your website on here. It tells you a lot about your website, right? It tells you about your indexing. It tells you about the page experience that people are experiencing. We can look at performance and things like that, right? We can actually look at the keywords that we're showing up for and how many clicks we got from those. This video is not to show you guys how to use Google Search Console. This is to show you how to get your website indexed very quickly. So we're going to go to URL inspection. And what you want to do is up here in the top, you will want to copy the URL for the home page or whatever page it is, right? So if you just make a change on one specific page, I would just inspect that one page and then ask for that one page to be indexed, right? So I'm going to go use the history here and just go to fflfunnels.com. And it's going to retrieve the data and it's going to say, you know, give me all greens right here. Everything's been indexed, right? And then right here, let's see. So we can see last crawl was yesterday, right? Today's the 13th. Last crawl was yesterday, right after I requested it, which is really cool that it's so fast. But what you guys want to do is after you put in your URL and it takes you to this page here on the URL inspection screen of Google Search Console, it says right here, this is super important. It says page changed, request indexing, right? So this is where you guys can, you know, understand that like this is exactly what this is for. This is to help you show up better in search results based on what changes that you've made. So what you do is you just come here, and they're probably going to get mad at me because I requested indexing yesterday and I'm requesting it again today just for the purpose of this video, but it's not going to hurt anything. So you come here and you click request indexing, and then it says testing if live URL can be indexed. It might even tell me no, but generally it's going to tell you yes. And it's going to say, let's see what it says. Let's see if it'll allow me to do it again. If not, though, this is literally all you do. You just come here and request the indexing for your website. Again, your site has to have been added to Google Search Console to begin with. If you guys need, I've done it before, but if you guys need like a short individual video on exactly how to do that, I can do that for you. But for the most part, I'll give you a quick walkthrough when we finish this. Let's see what it's going to tell me. Cool. So it's submitting the request and it says indexing requested. So it submitted it. And then that's really all you have to do. Google, when it has a chance, will go back through and re-index your site. Do not expect to get an email or anything like that. It's just one of those things that, like, when you do this, we're trusting that the Google robots are going to do their job and are going to actually index the site. But this is super important, right? So now it says indexing requested, right? And it says request again or whatever. Cool. So really quickly, just to leave you guys off with this, if you guys have not added your site to Google Search Console, you're going to need access to your DNS records, which means that like the records in your, like, GoDaddy or wherever you have your domain, right? Wherever you purchased your URL. But what you do is you come in here and you click add a property. You drop your URL in here and then you hit continue. And then it's going to ask you to add a record to your DNS records. You add it in there and then you just come back here and approve it, and it will double check that record and it will add your site to Google Search Console. When it does that, you can then access all of this stuff. Some of this stuff is going to take a while to, figure out how many clicks and all this kind of stuff that you're getting, right? All of this data here. And then like the performance one is really one of the coolest ones, where you can see all of the keywords that you show up for, site map. There's like really, really cool stuff in here that can be used for very, very important purposes. But again, this is just a short video to show you guys how to request indexing after you make changes to your website. If you guys have any questions about this, SEO, if you guys are interested in learning more about how we might be able to help you grow your FFL business online to 6 figures plus, that's really what we do. For those of you guys who know me, you already know that. For those of you guys that are new, you might not know that's literally what we do. Like, that is my job on an everyday basis, other than hanging out with you guys, you awesome folks, is to help you guys grow your businesses to 6 figures plus a month online. Cool. I'm hopping out of here. I will probably be back in a little bit to drop you guys another video. I have lots of content for you. It's just really tough getting the time to drop this for you. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, you guys are awesome. Make sure you're in the Facebook group. There should be a link in the description. If you guys are in the Facebook group, make sure to search for the same name, right? So Marketing Hacks for FFL Dealers and Gunsmiths. Search that on YouTube and find us, and like, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys want to do. But if you could subscribe, that would be super awesome. All right, I will catch you guys later. I hope this is helpful. Peace.